I call Kevin Haig.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The previous speaker in this debate, Darian Fenton, talked about her first reading speech in which she indicated that the bill was a mix of positive and negative, and I agreed at that time, and actually I still agree that that's a correct summary of the bill. For our colleagues in Labour, the changes made by the Select Committee, which I agree have been positive, have been enough for them to support the bill. For us, they have not been. We believe that still the bill is an unsatisfactory mix of positive and negative. And in particular, we're frustrated, I guess, by the fact that these basic acts that set up the machinery of the modern state sector deserved more scrutiny and a proper overhaul rather than this omnibus bill that tinkers around the fundamentals. So, Mr Speaker, the positive that I want to allude to is around the silo effect of the State Sector Act, which from the word go, I guess, was identified as a problem that rather than a single a public service, the State Sector Act created incentives, created levers that set up siloisation of government departments. And I think we have witnessed in New Zealand some of the downside of that, where government departments have not been collaborating with each other in ways that the public expects and that any government, I'm sure, would wish to happen. So the modest improvements made by this bill in that area are ones that are welcome. It could have gone a lot further, and certainly we would hope in the future to be able to try to make further progress in that area. However, on the negative side, and I alluded to some of this in the first reading speech, and sadly it's not been really addressed by the Select Committee, the ministerial interference through ministerial observers in government departments offends against the very basic idea in the State Sector Act around separation of between the Minister and the Chief Executive. That's not been remedied by the Select Committee. The establishment of departmental agencies offends against the basic building block, if you like, of the Public Finance Act, whereby one of these departmental agencies will receive funding from one source but be accountable to a different minister. So that basic alignment of funding and accountability that sits at the very heart of the Public Finance Act is lost in the changes made by this bill. Perhaps most importantly, Mr Speaker, the delegation of Crown functions to someone outside the state sector makes the boundary around public services and the public sector a porous boundary, and that is a retrograde and dangerous step, Mr Speaker. This government has made a habit of changing the social contract that the state has with its citizens. And as we are seeing with the GCSB bill before the House at the moment, it's a basic change to that social contract. And indeed, Mr Speaker, constraints on their liberty that citizens may tolerate, accept and consent to from the state, they may be unwilling to tolerate and consent to from an agency outside of the state. This bill, in extending the ability of government departments and state agencies to contract out services to agencies outside of the state sector, is meddling with this very basic aspect of the social contract between the state and citizens. It's wrong, sir. Sir Geoffrey Palmer was right. This bill is a dog's breakfast, and the Green Party, at least, will still oppose it.
The question is that the amendments recommended by the Finance and Expenditure Committee by majority be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 in favour.
Green Party.
14 opposed.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Can I amend the Labour Party's
Darian
vote
Fenton.
to 33?
33, yes.
Green Party.
14 opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
3 opposed.
Mana.
1 opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
Honourable Peter Dunn.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 in favour.
Members, the ayes are 95, the noes are 25. The amendments are agreed to. The question is that the motion be agreed to. If those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 in favour.
Green Party.
Opposed?
New Zealand First.
7 opposed.
Māori Party.
3 opposed.
Mana.
1 opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
Honourable Peter Dunn.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 in favour.
Members, the ayes are 95, the noes are 25. The motion is agreed to.
State Sector and Public Finance Reform Bill, second reading.
This bill is set down for committee stage next sitting day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Resource Management